Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this. And guys, with the empty backfield on second and short, might they take a shot here? Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Notre Dame right back to the line. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And the offense tries to slip in the screen. That's a good play on third and short if you can get them aggressive and the defense aggressive. But the defense sniffed it out, shut that play down before it even started.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Excellent field position here for the offense. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll give it to the back. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of the spot.
Handoff from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Clemson will come to the line with the 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Clemson! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He wisely lets that one bounce. The end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he intercepts it. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing into zone defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
First down here for the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Touch pass on the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Clemson is quick to the line. From the gun, running back gets to give. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Unloads it left. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Running with power. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. To the air, it's Leonard. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on third down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked up.
Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. The sweet feet buy a little time. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own in great field position. Offense getting set for first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Clemson jumps to the line. Off-play action on first down. Getting some heat. Got his man on the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you.
Touchdown, Clemson! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Leonard. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Quickly complete. And sure tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hires on the move. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they've got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal.
You practice these situations all during the week. You know you got to be fast, take advantage of the clock. It's stopping, making sure you're throwing the football down the field to try to get some points.
They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chain. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They more than got the job done in the first half. Now the job in a bowl game, don't get distracted and finish the deal here in the second half.
I mean, love the way they...
Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive. But the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Notre Dame lines up quickly. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled, but he has a first down. A lot of urgency for this offense. He wants to throw. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Hand off from the shotgun. They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. They'll go right back to the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Well, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down. And this is a...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. There was no reason to hesitate on the sideline there. Just keep the offense out and go for it.
Dude, 4th and inches. If I can't get inches, I deserve to lose football games. So I'm going for it on 4th and inches every single time.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. Clemson is quick to the line.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Offense lining up quickly. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Fires left. It's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. They'll go back to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3 as they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to pass on second down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 3:25. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking downfield, it's Leonard. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On the run, still looking. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Going over the top. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Clemson jumps to the line.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day, dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. He'll try to do it himself. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Trying to find his man on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
Looking left. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Leonard. Finds the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's second down. He's looking to throw. Finds a spot in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there. This has been a dominant performance by the Clemson defense. They have kept the offense in reverse all day. The great defensive legend would be proud.
Oh, they would be stoked. I mean, just to have a complete performance. The defensive line shutting down the run, making sure you can't get any kind of run game going. The secondary being locked down, linebackers flying around. It's been a complete performance, and it's been complete domination.
Throws to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the three phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and to play some of the games Immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this big red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. and gets set. First down. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Fires to the big fella.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He wants to go deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of down.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On second down, looking again to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pass is intercepted. Not able to get loose on the return, but what a play to put his team in business at the 33.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Wants to throw on third. Grab near the marker. It's Miller. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. The give is to Miller. He'll be down at the 4-yard line now. Nestled in the hills of Virginia, we're touching the Hokie Stone, means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. as we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a team from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Hokies will kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense set on first down. Looking for space. It's Parrish. And that's the way they'll start, and they hope it gets better. No gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Dart. And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Slips through the line. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Hokies. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gonna run it. It's Parrish. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Man, that D-tackle's a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Back to throw, it's Dart. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's going to let it go. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper was a bolt of lightning, a touchdown pass from 84 yards out. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll leave it with him. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Hokey, 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 high, tech, tech, VPI got it rolling on the ground.
And Virginia Tech fans love that chant, and they love the physical ground game, the ability to run the football. That's kind of who they are. That's how they're built, just a tough group of individuals.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. The Hokies get enough for the first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Running back goes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tied 7-7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Wayne Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football. And this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sonic boom in here.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
They're bringing heat. Dances away. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Drones. Feeling some heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this and you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. They'll try it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, growing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Looking downfield, it's Drones. Finds his tight end. Just steamrolling the defense. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Jennings. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the 1st down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Off the play fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available, scramble, give me an easy 1st down.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. And the Hokies racing to the line in a hurry up. Caught near the sticks, it's Tootin. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Escapes the sack. Keeps looking downfield. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Davis. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Dart. Dumps it off in the flats. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his head. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Drones. Buys a little time. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, going up top. Working that left side now. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be. And now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Takes the handoff. It's Tootin. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. It's complete on the right side. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
In the red area, it's Tootin. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Here's the score. Virginia Tech, 14. Ole Miss, 7.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Drones. Dances away from the heat. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time.
You know, quarterbacks practice ball security as well throughout the week, and he has to do a better job of keeping 2 hands on the ball. He knows this defense is trying to rip it out. They're trying to get a hat on the football. He's lucky that he was able to recover his own fumble there.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on fourth down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hokie. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Comes out throwing on first down. Lets it fly. Complete downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Dart. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Got his man all by himself. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Was to pass. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Just under a minute and a half to play, and to have a shot, you got to believe they have to recover this onside kick. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Groves. They've got the screen set up. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
And obviously, getting the completion, it's a killer. They get a new set of downs. You got to find a way to make a play now. The saving grace, I guess, Jesse, is he ran out of bounds and stopped the clock, so at least the clock isn't running.
Yeah, and David, it's just a situation right now defensively. I think you just got to take more chances, right? You may have to blitz. You may have to sell out. You might risk giving up a big play, but it's just so critical at this juncture of the game that you're able to retake possession to give yourself a chance to win.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
They move the tight end all over. They'll ride the hot hand.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Jennings. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He caught it. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Here comes the 2-point try. Trying to barge their way in. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. One more play to pad the stats. Looking to go up top on first down. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Looking back on it, this game probably falls precisely into the definition of a trap game. Trap was set, sprung, and the underdogs come up with the win.
And that's why we go, you know what? I don't take your rankings. I'm not worried about your rankings. They don't matter to me. We're going to go out and beat this team. We're better than this team. A lot of times those rankings don't mean a lot to a lot of people. And you can tell it didn't mean a lot to this team. And that's why they came out and pulled the upset.
Absolutely, David. I mean, that's why you play the games. This team knew they had to come out. They were going to have to put their best foot forward in order to get the W. They did just that. They're talented. They're obviously motivated. I can't wait to see how they follow this up in their next game.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.